Good afternoon, and my name is Devin Williams.
My name is Shanti Pillai.
And my name is Nicole Sazanchika.
Today we're going to talk about how AI could potentially exacerbate the reading deficiency or developmental deficiencies in students if they were to use it early on, such as through K through 12.
Yeah, something that we saw in research was that reading levels for early childhood kids are actually going down, and we suspect that it could also be due to the depreciating attention span that they receive from a lot of the media content they consume.
One of the great things about AI today is that you can get an answer at the ready, but that can be a detriment to students learning when they need to be able to use the skills that they are understanding and developing in order to solve real-world problems.
A lot of the times AI can actually be really good at helping students with inquiry projects, especially when it comes to pursuing their passions by making them discover more things regarding the topic that they're interested in. But since AI can also break down complex topics very easily into something much more comprehensible, it gives students a more direct route to the answer rather than letting them discover a lot more.
Yeah, AI can help and harm in both of those ways because AI is becoming the new Google. A lot of little kids can just easily access ChatGPT and ask it a question about one of their passions and receive an immediate answer. But we are wondering how that could translate into their academic learnings.
One thing that we have to take note of is what kind of information we are also giving to the youth as they begin to use and develop themselves. Most of our educational value relies on making sure that the information we're giving is very surface level. So ensuring that we can give the accurate information that can help develop those skills while also maintaining our educational integrity is very pivotal.
It's really important that we ensure that AI censors its content so that it's age appropriate for every single child, especially like how Google accounts will restrict your content on YouTube and other sites based on your age group. So it would be helpful if ChatGPT could do that when you sign in for your Google account to make sure that the child isn't receiving any information that's potentially inappropriate for them.
In addition, younger children are more susceptible to believing fake content that ChatGPT may often deliver them, and it can be important to understand how these parental controls may adjust true information from false information.
And then another thing to note is whether or not we should be including our parents in the control of AI and making sure that their kids are being safe while using it, or if the AI themselves should have their own strict guidelines, like maybe some age verification to ensure that kids are being safe while using these tools.
It's up to the responsibility of both parents and teachers to facilitate the interaction between AI and students, to make sure that students are actually asking the questions that they need to ask to AI, and that AI is providing the accurate and reliable answers for them to actually complete their work and reflect on it in a way that is meaningful.
We as college students have had to learn how to use AI as a tutor to help us with our homework and other academic ways. However, will early childhood students know to use AI as a tutor as opposed to a answer-giving machine right away?
And this is why it's important for educators to be the bridge between AI and students to ensure that they're actually developing the right techniques when using these tools so that way they can develop those real-world skills that can help them in the future.
So really the question we want to ask you today is what you think AI's role is in developing early skills and critical thinking for students and whether it can actually really help them.
Another question could be, should parents be involved in the AI usage of their children, and if so, to what extent and for how much?
And the final question is this: how are your kids or the kids that you know impacted today by AI? Have you talked to them recently? Maybe a good conversation can go a very long way.
Thank you very much. See you next week.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.